Hello and welcome! The Nintendo DSi is the odd man out in the DS line of systems. It's too old to really be usable today compared to the 3DS, but without the Game Boy Advance slot and DSiWare store being available, officially it has less features than an original console. There really is no good reason to go out and get one of these systems today unless you're willing to install custom firmware on it. With custom firmware, the DSi can become more useful than an original DS, or at the bare minimum, a little more convenient. And it's so easy to install, anyone can do it. So follow along and see how easy it is for yourself. But first, a message from this video's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by 16-Bit Store. If you're looking for a one-stop shop for a replacement stylus for your Nintendo DS and 3DS systems, why not visit the 16-Bit Store? We've designed and 3D printed our own styluses from the original Nintendo DS all the way to the new Nintendo 3DS. So if you're in the market for a replacement stylus, why not visit the 16-Bit Store today? And if you use offer code 16bitreview on Etsy, you'll get 15% off your order when you buy 2 items or more. Now, a small note about custom firmware modding. This video will become dated pretty much the minute I post it, so please check the guides which I'm following to get the latest up-to-date version with new exploits when they come out. Links will be pinned in the description or somewhere in the video. Now with all that out of the way, all you'll need to hack your DSi is a DSi console, an SD card, and a computer with an SD card reader. And with all that, you can get started. The exploit which I am using to hack my DSi is the memory pit exploit, which involves formatting my SD card, adding some folders, and dropping the pit.bin in the last folder. Then I downloaded the latest release of Twilight Menu++, an excellent menu which will be our replacement launcher. And the last thing I need to do is just make sure the boot.nds and the _nds folders are in the root of the SD card, and I'm done. Next, I just plug my SD card into my DSi and power it on. Now I can begin hacking my DSi. All I need to do is launch the camera app, select the SD card, and open the album. And watch as my Nintendo DSi boots into Twilight Menu. And the only thing that you really need to do here is change the settings so that Twilight Menu knows it's coming in via memory pits. Or maybe here you can even do some extra customizations like turning off the intro video. And congratulations! My Nintendo DSi has now been soft modded. I can run games that I've already backed up and have some limited access to certain homebrew, like the backup utility, which can back up our internal storage. In the event that something goes wrong, I can recover my DSi. But what if you wanted to back up your DS games, or perhaps you wish to launch the Twilight Menu on boot? Well, we can do that with the Unlaunch homebrew. Once installed, Unlaunch will allow you to boot any DS or DSi application on boot, including the Twilight Menu, and it gives homebrew like God Mode 9i access to the game card slot so you can back up your games with a DSi. To install Unlaunch, put the correct files onto your SD card in the correct locations and open it in the Twilight Menu. Once the application has started, press Install Now and restart your console. Once your DSi is back on, you'll find yourself at a new, quite ugly menu and find the Grayed Out Options option. And what you're going to do is you're going to set the first option to Twilight Menu and DS file. Once that's done, your DSi will now automatically boot into the Twilight Menu. And congratulations, your DSi has now been modified to do whatever it is you like to do on it. If you choose to back up your DS games, you can do them now and run them from the internal SD cards like you could with a soft mod. If you've backed up any DSiWare games from a 3DS or other sites, you can also run them on a DSi. And You can also run homebrew software, including emulators. From my experience, the DSi can't run more emulators than the original DS, but what emulators do work on it runs a lot smoother than it did on a DS because of the DSi's improved hardware. Plus, with the SD card slot, there's no reason for you to carry an entire DS library with you or an R4 card. Honestly, I feel if you're still rocking a DSi, adding custom firmware to it just makes it a whole lot more usable, a lot more useful, and just better overall. But anyways, that's it for this video. I really do hope it helps. And as always, I hope you have yourself a good day, and take care.